Hello and welcome to our video on Victorian housing in Brighton.
We are going to be exploring the living conditions of working class people in Brighton in the Victorian era.
And you'll be teaching me!
Anyway,
As I was saying, we'll be teaching Sophie about the living conditions of working class people in Brighton from 1840 to 1849.
here's some background information about Victorian Brighton. Brighton is in the southeast of the UK, on the south coast, right here.
In 1841, a railway from London to Brighton opened. This allowed easy access for many people to get to Brighton.
In fact, an estimated 250,000 people visited Brighton per year by 1848.
Sophie, any questions?
So I know where it is, and I know how people travelled there. What about the population?
The population was at 40,000 by 1841.
And had increased to 65,000 people by 1861.
That's more than I thought. Cool. Now, what about the living conditions?
Pollution was a big problem in the Victorian times.
Smoke filled the air from use of coal in many aspects of Victorian life.
The coal was used to heat houses, water and cook food.
It was also used to power machines in factories.
Was there fresh, clean water for the people to drink?
People could access water from various sources, like wells, streams and standpipes.
But this water was often polluted by human waste.
Was there no way of treating the water?
There was a sewer, but it led straight to the river where people would get their water.
This meant that the discharged human waste went straight back into the river, meaning the water supplies were ridden with disease.
Did this mean people got ill very easily?
People got many diseases, one of the reasons being a lack of water treatment.
These diseases included typhus, typhoid, cholera and tuberculosis.
The low quality water supply meant diseases spread very quickly.
We talked about how many people there were in Brighton. Were there enough houses for them all to live in?
No, not really. There was a lot of overcrowding in Victorian times, and any city suffered from this, because there were more people who wanted to live in them than there were houses for them to live in.
In short, there would be entire families living in single rooms.
I'm guessing that the houses weren't good quality either.
No, they were built very close together to save space.
They were built out of thin materials, which led to dampness and weak construction.
There was no running water, so keeping clean was a challenge as well.
The facilities extended to a hole in the ground for a toilet.
Sounds hygienic. How much money did the working class earn, say, per week?
An average working class person earned between 20 and 30 shillings per week.
How does that compare to today's salary?
That's around £4 to £6 sterling.
How did they spend the money? Didn't they get bored?
People played various games, such as guessing games, word games, rocking on toy horses and playing with trains.
Some of these games were played by adults at work parties with colleagues.
What about board games?
They played backgammon,
Checkers.
chess.
Children also played with toy soldiers.
Who did they play the games with?
They'd play the games with their family members and close neighbours.
That doesn't sound too different from today.
We've gotten a lot of games nowadays from Victorian pastimes, so they are quite similar.
Cool, that's a lot of information to take in. Thanks for teaching me. I've learnt a lot.
You're welcome. Any questions?
Can I go home now?
If you want.
So I know where it is, and I know how people travelled there, but what about the palpitation? Palpitation?
This meant that this is so hard to say. This meant that the discharged human waste went. This is me, a tongue twister. This meant that the discharged human. Thanks for watching.